What you got, Zizzi?
Lollipop.
A lollipop? He's never done this before. I took the wrapper off. And what did he say? It feels plasticky. He might have seen someone eating one, but he's never done it before.
Eat it. Eat it.
You want to eat it?
Yeah.
Alright, you try it.
No, I'm sit here together.
Daddy, sit with you.
Yeah. I want to see what it is. Nice.
You don't know what to do with it.
Nice. Nice.
Honey, just watch him a moment. I'm just going to walk around the corner, quickly film some insane building action, which you would never, you know, that's all right. You would never do. You would never do. Look at this. You would never do this. Yes, my love, I'm right here. Come here. Come with me. Look, even over the road there. Like, you would do that? You would build like that? Because the defenders of the system, the status quo, their masters, yeah, it's all good. They would say that this was just for lighting and whatever. I can't remember all the excuses they come up with, but obviously we're down to possibly a ground level. I would suggest there might be another level beneath this, because this is a very steep hill. Anyway, I thought I'd show you that. Come with me, Ben. You never eaten a lollipop? No. Well, we're in Lewes, near Brighton, and just saw Squirrel Sniper. So we were a little peckish and stopped for a little peckish. So we stopped for some chips, and they at a kebab shop, and they have this thing of offering the kids children offering the children a lollipop, you know, sometimes. and he's been offered that before, but I have always just said no thanks. But Andrea, well, he's old enough now to kind of work it out. Again, like, why would you do this? Okay? Hi. He's cute, huh? That's my boy. Thank you. He hears that all the time as well. Yeah. Great haircut. Never wears shoes. Never vaccinated. No birth certificate either, by the way. Don't do the birth certificate. Legal fiction. Legal poison. Oh, look at them. There's so many of them around now, it's almost impossible to miss. Of course, seeing them in the masks, and you guys know, like, that they are not long away from using ones that have kind of like a big aspirator or respirator kind of device on them in the front, like some kind of Mad Max movie or Waterworld. You remember the guys in Waterworld, how it looked with those oilers, I think they were called, in Waterworld. Yeah, there'll be more of this, you know. This doesn't make any logical sense, but you know, this would have been a full-size door, I suspect. You know, looking at that, the width of it. No, these are cellars. That's the other thing that people keep telling me. Cellars for keeping potatoes. So they built all of this hardware, all of this more difficult to kind of manage, dig in the ground here by, you know, many meters to put your foundings down. They do all of that. I could walk around for an hour in Lewes and many other towns like it. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Lewes Castle, Museum of Archaeology, because all of these fascinating buildings are gifted to these establishments. Sorry about the sound effects from the little man. He had half of that lolly. What do you see? Oh, a big number? 1988. Not that big. I think these are probably much older, or maybe not. I mean, Mon Lika and the Squirrel Sniper crew, they would know a lot more about how old these could be, and how it could be that maybe only a few hundred years or less than that. All of this strange look. Okay, that's not that obvious to the observer. Lewes Castle closed for the flu, and apparently those were used for shooting balls of iron, but again there's another theory on that. Let's walk up here. This is interesting. Yeah, so he had half the lolly, and I told him that at his age that's a lot of lolly to have, so he doesn't need to eat the whole thing, because the concept that you would eat the whole thing necessarily hasn't even occurred to him. So, but I also think that these last few months, certainly predicated by the year and a half of homelessness, he has used that iPad too much. See what they have to do here? That's actually people's living space. I don't want to be rude, but you know, you would not create this. Hello, Will. Hello. Oh,
William, come here.
lovely dog.
Come here.
Wow. And of course Pebbles is doing her thing of being super protective. That's her thing. It's private. I shouldn't be rude. There's people right here. Wow. What a place. But this stone stuff, this is not built by the same people, I don't think, that build the castle. The castle is different people. This is like, I mean, I haven't really looked at that castle. And when I look at it again, I was like, no, it's maybe the same in this case. It looks maybe the same. So these could be from the same people. But oftentimes you'll see a beautiful building like that, and then the retaining walls, which are also very old, but not of the same quality. That's just the nature of our beautiful and strange world. And are we to unpick the secrets in our time before the sun sets on this epoch? Time and space. Okay. Tom Paine, 1737 to 1809, President of Lewes, citizen of the world. Citizen of what? It's incredible. Are these people? Do these people know?
Big house.
I often think the train tracks are like an original train track that they dig back out again, because the rail network was re-established. So I think that in the 1700s was reclaimed. It's not as obvious in this bank, but I think that's what they do. Wow, look at that sunset, Mommy.
Way down there.
No, it's a long way down. I got you. I got you. That's very good. Wow, it's a 10-meter drop. It's not 1600, son. That 2 pound will carry you a long way. But here you are at the Congregation Hall, 1595. Westgate Chapel originated in 1662 and first assembled here. I thought this was interesting, so I want to share it with you. It says Westgate Chapel. The large back addition to the medieval inn was built in 1583 by Sir Henry Goring, apparently. 1583, remember when they had horse-drawn carriages? They built these monsters. Well, there's a few horses in that carriage. Anyway, so he used the whole building as a townhouse because people could then. You can't now, but 1700, the Elizabethan part was made into a meeting house for dissenters who had left the Church of England. I mean, that's a fascinating thing, isn't it? Is that even a real thing? First known as Presbyterians and later as Unitarians or Free Christians, they have continued to emphasize religious freedom and tolerance. Just believe the key tenets, and say you have the flu, take the jab. Anyway, Thomas Walker, Horsfield, historian of Sussex and champion of Catholic emancipation, ministered here from 1817 to 27. He probably helped with the previous history writing. In 1913, Every, the Lewes iron founder, had the meeting house divided into chapel hall and vestibule. Since 1987, the town hall has housed One World Centre, an embodiment of Westgate's historic commitment to universal brotherhood, which has been scratched out by people who don't believe we're in a brotherhood. There is some kind of brotherhood going on here, but I'm not absolutely sure whose brotherhood it is.
You've seen the sign across the street in the window there.
Center of the cosmos.
And it says down the bottom, speak truth to power.
Well, who is the power then? Because don't assume it's the government. They're usurpers of power, as are the religious organizations. Again, do you think they would build all that downstairs action to gather leaves? Even in this day, Lewes is not that stupid as to gather leaves in its downstairs areas. Look. You know, do you think that I'm making this up? That's a full window in there, right? Why would... I got her. Yep. Tunbridge Wells, not far from here. Whoa. Pipe passage. I mean, it is a bit narrow, but that is a little suggestive of the Brotherhood's preferred action. Heel. Look at this. Again, do you think so? Do you really? Hi. Do you really think so? You would do that? I mean, you know, in times when people are a little rougher, don't you think there might have been like breaking in down below? Oh, heavens. It's fascinating. I love this information, you know. I'm loving the quantum stuff. I haven't had time for research and really putting that together lately, so I apologize on that front. But the quantum stuff is absolutely fascinating from a flat Earth stationary geocentric perspective. Window, of course. Would have been a window. Christmas song? Yeah. What can we sing? On Christmas Day, and I don't really do the Christmas songs as much anymore. It's something that I should think. I have thought about it, and I'm just not sure we should. Or at least, what do they say? Happy Christmas to you. Happy Christmas to you. Isn't it interesting how Christmas is always on the same day, but Easter is not? Like 25th of December and sometime in March/April is Easter. When, you know, if it's a physical dude dying on a single day, then should that not be marked by a particular day of mourning? Yeah, come with me, baby. You know, same with the birth, but coincidentally, the birth occurs at the same time as the sun re-emerges from its journey to the south. So is that hiding? All right. Earth is very flat, water is level, sea is level, so tell me more than that. Jingle bells, all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a downhill sea all the way. Imagine going down. How would you ever get up? Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll leave it at that, guys. This is Lewes. Oh, yeah, it still is. Take care. And wasn't it cool to see Nathan earlier? As I said, we are on. Oh, I said Nathan. Sorry, Nathan. Squirrel Sniper. I'm sure he doesn't mind people knowing his first name. We are on a little road trip. So I'll send you guys a few videos just for general interest, and maybe talk to some friends, people who've helped us. Some people who've helped us along this journey that we can actually meet in person. Hopefully we can see a few people. If you know I should be coming to see you, then maybe send me an email and I'll try and factor it in. We have a few days in hand. Dave, I'm getting called by my boy. He's munching on the lollipop. He's licking it. Wow. First for everything. You can't protect your children from everything. They need to be able to test the waters for themselves. Test all things, right? Test all things. Mudflood, yes. Tartaria, yes. Energetic ley lines. Oh, let's stay on the road, off the road then. Energetic ley lines, the electromagnetic stuff. The fact that you can't walk to China. Look into that. I did a thing with Richard Lopez the other night, and in all my conversation I forgot to mention that I have stumbled across this incredible thing. And to the guys who contacted me, sorry I haven't been back in touch. I have been insanely busy, and with so many things to plan and so on. More on that later. But do your research, and even the guys that are in religion, don't be. If you're still spouting stuff you were given before you knew all of this, then you're still carrying the message you were given that was designed to rob you of this truth of who and what you are. I think you are the Creator's son and child, or daughter. I don't even want to diminish you. I think you are as close to the Creator as is possible. I think even, dare I say, like when they talk about the fallen third, well, imagine the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Well, if we're the Son, that's 1/3 of that three, that relationship, the Trinity of what we maybe are and how we're connected to the Most High, the Creator of all of this, who's had it usurped by all this detail and all this disinformation and brainwashing, dare I say. Of course. Can you see the tub of brainwashing in my hand? No, of course you can't, because the best brainwash is invisible. Anyway, this is me from Lewes. I'll catch up with you soon.